Before he cornered Toppo at the edge of the stage, Frieza was a sorry, sore loser with his top speed outmatched. His movements were so slow, he hung his head waiting to be eliminated. Thing is, almost every fight he eggs on has a similar ending to this one, wrapped in a blanket of disbelief with no way out. Each of his fights differentiated themselves from the other in a way that revealed his true strength. With one statement, Goku had made it clear to Frieza that a major change was needed. He was forced to create new strategies, to find a different view on things that would be the key he was looking for. He realized he must develop an understanding beyond that of a natural talent in order to unlock everything he has. But when he first set out for ultimate revenge, we were reminded how unrealistic it is for evil to change for the better. It felt pointless to watch him improve his power level, knowing he would always be one step behind. But instead of seeing the same old thing expected of any villain, they changed things up on us, making him part of the hero team, hinting to us that it's okay to finally expect Frieza to get a win. This is exactly why we're discussing what level Goku's statement has forced him to reach. By doing so, we can figure out if we should be expecting a quick elimination or something much more spectacular. So let's see what's already happened with Frieza so far that's pointing to such a change coming true. In the Tournament of Power, the outrageously wide variety of abilities Universe 3's Aniraza was able to use forced out one of the more easily visible changes. This wasn't only an adjustment pushed onto Frieza, but the entire Universe 7 team. It's not like it wasn't completely unexpected though. It became a possibility the moment Buu decided to take the longest quick nap of the century. Without any other options, the Universe 7 team was at a loss for how to get the okay from Zeno with less fighters than he had ordered them to bring. That is, until Goku figured out a way to get them another member easy. Their light of hope, Frieza. He was the only person with powers that they trusted would be strong enough to handle such a heavy competition. No worries, I won't nitpick at the story. Let's just say Frieza was the obvious choice, leading to at least a chance of villain and heroes actually helping each other out. While it's fun to relive the beginning of the arc that's sadly leaving us soon. What does it mean for Frieza as a fighter who's had a brand new mindset suddenly thrown at him? Well, the key to tapping into a power not even he knew he had is to look at the specific way they've gradually been adding slight changes into his abilities each fight he's had in Dragon Ball Super. Every time a new battle sparks, it's up to us to make sure we focus on the right things. Notice how I didn't say focus on everything. Instead, our mission is to get only the key events in front of us that will address a certain question we want answered. The best way to go about this is to see what norm they set up for Frieza's character in his return that he would eventually need to change. It's like we stating that Goku and Vegeta would never truly become powerful without training their base forms. If we don't see where Frieza's character has been, we'll never know where he's going. Sounds like something you can't wait to see from him, right? Then let's get started with the most important event of all, his failed revenge. There's no end to the amount of times Frieza has reminded us of his evil ways. Trust me, no one's expecting a life-changing event to turn him into one of the good guys, because no matter what, Frieza will be Frieza, and that's just gonna be something evil. However, we find hidden meanings in the show that will greatly improve our knowledge of how he's been evolving, regardless of still being him. And the single best way to do this is to look at the key gradual differences between all of his Dragon Ball Super fights. What important differences could possibly be found? Well, in my Discord server, they help me answer that, the Super Active Anafam. Use the link in the pinned comment to join the Discord server. Look at the chain reaction of events that led one of his battles to the next. In fact, that's the only way to see the power he's yet to reveal. For example, his overconfidence in his status as a prodigy led to him secretly training in the land of singing stuffed animals, which we'll get to, I promise. As we go over these differences in his fights, always remind yourself of this. Each one has a reason behind it, no matter how small or how big a change it shows. Let's start with the most important event that set up all the changes to come. Frieza proved his prodigy title by keeping up with Goku after the big reveal of the striking Super Saiyan Blue form. as any evil enemy would, Frieza instantly underestimated it. Having been born as a prodigy, getting a new transformation wasn't as hard as these Saiyans made it out to be. Goku was losing in only a matter of minutes after their fight had started, but Frieza had a surprise of his own on its way. When his body physically wouldn't do as his mind commanded it, Goku's victory was set. Trusting only in his ability to gain super amounts of new power with little to no training at all, Frieza hadn't stayed in this form long enough to discover its biggest flaw. Being the same flaw Goku's Super Saiyan 3 form included, he found it obvious and also pretty comical. Frieza in despair as Goku rubbed it in that he would have run out of stamina as well if the fight had lasted much longer. That one lazy mistake sent Frieza right on back to his playground filled with happy, smiling toys as they sang the day away. But you know what it also did for us? This fight set up a base for Frieza's character. It showed us that he was a typical villain. It practically screamed at us never to expect too much power to be given to him. How else would the hero always save the day? What did this lazy mistake do for Frieza? Being a villain, it's not like he would ever learn his lesson, right? The answer to that is revealed in the differences between this base and what happened just moments after his next change appeared. Goku had just come to recruit Frieza for Universe 7's team, and Goku admitted that him not joining would cause a pretty big problem for everyone. Frieza was quick to say no. Seemed he hadn't learned anything during his time in this place after all. That is, until this happened. This led to a full conversation of a change never imagined for Frieza, of all people: compliance. He was actually agreeing to Goku's terms, even making it pretty obvious that he would do just about anything to leave this place. And once he finally did, the answer was finally revealed. Could a villain, born as a prodigy, ever learn that he must work hard for something greater? Frieza made it clear. He could barely contain himself from lunging at these annoying Universe 9 spies. Had he completely lost his mind? Goku had to remind Frieza that they had a tournament to go to, and that form was about to leave him as weak as a twig in a hurricane. But here's where the change in Frieza appeared. After Goku had sent him to be wrapped up with literally nothing to do, Frieza was forced to think outside the box. Funny how they haven't brought this back up the entire arc, especially since it seems to play a big role in what we see here. He could either stay miserable, or he could train in the only way he could, mentally. The result of this was the perfect mix of delicacy and ultimate intensity that his stamina flaw had been completely eliminated. And if we didn't believe that he had found a way to get stronger while having no physical way to move around, then this set that to rest extra quick. Remember how we said each change has a reason no matter how big or how small? Well, that goes for certain important flaws that still hadn't been fixed yet as well. When Whis and Beerus showed up to find Goku trapped in the ball of destruction energy, Frieza made it a point that he had also been captured by it, but he was capable of getting out. This was the same cockiness shining through, believing his golden form was so much better than anything that Goku could ever possibly achieve. Didn't he notice Goku was still only in base form? This attitude is important to note because it's the major flaw in Frieza that continues to get him in trouble as recently as in last week's episode. Surely, his now never-ending stamina form could keep up with the weakest of the remaining 3 Pride Troopers. Frieza was once again sadly mistaken. It was especially interesting to see him behaving in this manner just before Gohan suddenly jumped in. This is the same way Goku was standing when his body had taken just about everything it could right before Ultra Instinct was reawakened in him. This was a huge change. Seemed Frieza had actually accepted defeat. But we see his same flaw return once Gohan is standing between him and the enemy. He now acted as if he had been in control of the fight the whole time. It's strange though. The way he was able to build up enough stamina to send Gohan and Dispo flying off the stage leads me to believe he's still holding back his true power. The question now is, when will we see it? In the preview for this week, we saw this. surprisingly connecting to his explanation of the training he did to fix his stamina issue. Remember, I said it was strange they haven't mentioned that once after that episode aired. Could it be we're about to see his true power soon? As Toppo powers up into what seems like the real full power of an actual god of destruction,